Enjoying and celebrating you, moms, and especially happy birthday to my own mother. Yeah. So I am very, very excited about today's show. And as always, we are celebrating mothers, women, aunties, because as you know, in an African culture, we are more about celebrating all women of all forms because I can recall from my own space that my aunts were always about, supporting the family, supporting myself, supporting my, my sisters, my brothers. It's always been the case. So, without further ado, let's talk about today's emotional episode. I think we're on episode 10 because, Mother's Day is beautiful, but motherhood is also a sacrifice, responsibility, pressure, love, and sometimes pain. Well, today we're talking more about an African woman who turned grief into purpose. Yeah, people that are able to live and strive above and beyond their own experiences. Yeah. So we are then, we are asking a question about, what makes a lot of us uncomfortable. Can mothers have a soft life? So let's get into it, like I said. Yeah. And, you know, the woman I'm about to introduce, and her name is Adepeju Jaiyeoba. I hope I know I'm butchering her name, but I want to start with this woman. She is from Nigeria. Adepeju, sorry guys, I should have asked my 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 husband how to pronounce this name. But in any event, her turning point, she experienced something that changed her life forever. A close friend died during childbirth. So imagine that for a second. A woman loses her life while trying to give life. Yeah. So, and sadly, this is still the reality for many, many women, especially in communities where, healthcare access is limited. Hospitals lack resources, based on maternal care. This is inconsistent, right? What she did next, though, instead of accepting it, she decided to do something. She created Brown Button Foundation, providing safer childbirth support, delivery kits, material healthcare initiatives, especially for women in undeserved communities. So this is what inspires me about this woman. The turning pain into purpose situation. She didn't just build an organization, she built hope for mothers, you know. So I want you to ask yourself something very key. Why do you think maternal health care is such a struggle in African countries? You know, and honestly, as a woman, we don't talk enough about the fear many mothers carry. I can reflect from my own perspective is that, as I said to you, I started late in life in terms of, giving birth to my child. But in fact, before then, I had my own miscarriages. So, you know, we often celebrate motherhood. It's a celebration, but not always are we protected. And this leads me perfectly into our next conversation because once women become mothers, society expects them to disappear into sacrifice. Can we as women or mothers have a soft life too? Can we enjoy that part of our lives? And I know some people immediately feel, uncomfortable hearing that, you know, that specifically. Like, can you really live the life? Because especially from, and as I always say, guys, I speak from my point of view, from my experience point of view. I do not claim to know about other race. I speak from a Black motherhood side of things. So bear with me. So motherhood was always in the African diaspora, African world, connected to suffering. Many of us, grew up seeing mothers who rested last, carried everyone emotionally, sacrificed constantly, rarely prioritizing themselves. So, but now I think these things are changing. We are asking different questions. Questions like, can I travel? Hey, can I rest? Can I enjoy luxury? Can I still pursue my dreams? Can I even go to the gym? Can I leave from my own perspective? Can I leave my husband and child and go for a coffee on my own or a dancing class on my own? So there is that shift. But at the same time, the question, the main one is, can I do all of this and still be a good mother and still choose peace? Honestly, I think many women are tired. The world around us is evolving, the world around us uh, perhaps sometimes ask for more because women are expected to, stay strong, keep the family going. We're tired of being told that motherhood must equal suffering. Soft life is not irresponsibility. That's what I think. Sometimes, the soft life is healing. Um, and this conversation is even deeper in the African communities because many women were, raised believing a good mother sacrifices everything, even herself. But what happens when mothers are emotionally exhausted? And we can talk deep into this discussion. I mean, sorry, if we go deep into this conversation, we can talk about the post, when you feel tired after you've given birth. Uh, there's trauma there sometimes, especially if you live away from home, there isn't that support. And that's why sometimes you find, at least in my case, women, can be white, can be black, decide that, if you're living, women in the diaspora, if you live away from home, you just decide, okay, maybe it's time for me to head back home in order for me to get the support that I need. So, you know, especially when you're pregnant outside of your country. So when mothers are exhausted, really, who pours into them? Who, supports them? I personally believe that women deserve peace too. Moms, mothers deserve joy to rest, as does everyone else. Rest does not make you selfish. It just means, you need to revitalize, you need to recharge in order for you to take care of your family, take care of your husband, take care of everything else around you, your career. So let's talk honestly. Do mothers have to suffer to be considered good mothers? We often look at people that mothers that choose to also keep their careers, also keep, be part of that financial, carry the financial burden with the husband. And so, you find that at times you are considered, especially in African culture, as you are bending your family, you're selfish. So, we need to pause for a minute and think about what is good for our souls, how do carry your family, carry the career, carry the what's going on around you. Especially, so I talk from even ladies that are away from home. How do you manage all of that? The noise, the keeping the bread on the table with your husband, your partner. So there is a lot out there. I say, do what you can to make sure that like you pause, recharge, and then come back for second round. That's what I feel. Well, let me know in the comments. I know some of you see this later in the week, so I hardly get in one life. So that's okay. That's cool. I do get your support. I feel you, my people. So, my final thoughts are you need to let yourself understand who you are, and understand what connects you. Let me know. Especially, let me know about these two conversations. Like, is it care? One woman is, helping mothers survive physically. The other, conversation is about mothers surviving emotionally. Yeah. And maybe this Mother's Day, the real gift women needs is permission. Permission into rest, permission into healing, enjoying life, you're asking for help and still be deeply loved because, motherhood should not require women to disappear. So I wanted to also share my people that I wanted to thank my husband, my son, because it sometimes is grilling rather to do these shows, and I appreciate you for supporting. But this morning I woke up, I was surprised with lovely breakfast. My son did the toast, my husband the rest, and there is one gift that I wanted to share with you that resonates with life, what we've gone through, our journey for having our son. And my husband brought me this. I meant to share this with you. It's Anissa Kemiche's. She does a lovely sculptures, but I know that she doesn't do these anymore, but I couldn't find one that I said my husband could find. But he got me this instead. And it's a sculpture of a woman, and you can put a candle here. But I just love it because we had such a journey with my son when we got him. We almost lost him. So it just reminds me of the strength of a woman. I love it. This sculpture. And then, of course, he also had to open it. I just love Mason Francis. Baccarat Rouge 514. He got me, so already opened it. So I hope you got what you loved, whatever, how small, however small it is, however, uh, yeah, as long as it's very sentimental and you enjoy it, and it's the care, it's the thought that counts, they say. So I appreciate you all, my people. This is definitely Hot Tea episode. I keep forgetting my episode's 10. So, where we talk about real women, real life, and real conversations. Happy Mother's Day to every mother, every nurturer, and every woman caring more than the world sees. What does soft life look like for mothers, in your opinion? Let me know, my people. Please don't be shy. It's free. Whatever it is, tell me, has it changed for you? I love you for watching. Take care. Bye.